A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous. This famous quote is by Alexander Hamilton himself, and it is believed to show people that making mistakes is a normal part of life. Hamilton is an extremely interesting person to me as he was involved in so much of the U.S. being developed. In this speech, I want to talk about his early life, the impact that he made on the United States, and the years towards the end of his life. The early life of Alexander Hamilton is definitely a sad one. He was born out of wedlock as his mother was married to another man. It is noted in Alexander Hamilton by Biography.com that John Adams describes the young Hamilton as the bastard brat of a Scottish peddler. A few years after Alexander Hamilton was born, his father decided to leave his family and they became extremely susceptible to illnesses. Because of this, Hamilton and his mother became ill with the plague and he became an orphan at the age of 13. Due to the extreme nature of his childhood, it is noted on page 56 of Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow that Hamilton wrote, "My birth is the subject of the most humiliating criticism." As time passed, the villagers united to provide Hamilton with enough money to leave the Caribbean to pursue his gift of writing. It is noted in Alexander Hamilton by History.com that locals helped raise money to send him to America to study. By simply writing a letter about a hurricane that hit the island, it is noted on page 140 in Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow, Hamilton did not know it, but he had just written his way out of poverty. These hardships that Alexander Hamilton faced at such a young age proved to be a necessary push for him to initiate a change for America. The impact Alexander Hamilton made on the United States was a big one. Alexander Hamilton played a large role in fighting the Revolutionary War and the other wars following after. It is noted in Alexander Hamilton by History.com that he knew that winning glory in battle would make him famous and help him further his career. As this information proved to be vital in his plan to not waste his shots, it is noted in Alexander Hamilton by Biography.com that he caught the attention of General George Washington, who made Hamilton his assistant and trusted advisor. As Hamilton had a way with words and was known for his phenomenal writing skills, he had a hand in the writing of the Constitution. It is noted in Alexander Hamilton by George Washington's Mount Vernon that Hamilton served as one of the New York delegates to the Constitutional Convention at Philadelphia in 1787. Hamilton had a hand in creating a constitution for a bank. It is noted on page 607 of Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow that Hamilton drafted, single-handedly, a constitution for the new institution. As a result of the work that Hamilton put into the development of the United States, he was placed on the $10 bills. Despite all the work that Hamilton had done for the U.S., the years towards the end of his life were cut short. The years towards the end of Hamilton's life can be considered a tragedy. After Washington decided to step down as president, Hamilton felt the need to publish the Reynolds pamphlet in 1797. It is noted in The Scandal That Ruined Alexander Hamilton's Chances of Becoming President by Sarah Priet that while the Reynolds pamphlet successfully refuted the more serious accusations against Hamilton, the sordid revelations of his affair humiliated his wife. It is noted on page 1591 in Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow that Hamilton's strategy was simple. He was prepared to sacrifice his private reputation to preserve his public honor. Alexander Hamilton lost his life in a duel just like his son Philip lost his life 3 years prior. It is noted in Alexander Hamilton by History.com that Alexander Hamilton's beloved firstborn son Philip was killed in a duel in 1801 while attempting to defend his father's honor. Despite his infidelity, Eliza was able to forgive Hamilton after they bonded while grieving out for their son's death. Alexander Hamilton had his own duel against his old friend Aaron Burr. It is noted on page 2084 of Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow that at 2 p.m. on Thursday, July 12, 1804, 31 hours after the duel, 49-year-old Alexander Hamilton died. Although Hamilton's life came to a close at an early point, his wife Eliza dedicated her life to preserve his legacy. In conclusion, Hamilton is a very well-known man who helped the development of the United States. Despite Hamilton's early life being hard and full of misfortunes, it provided him the opportunity to aid in the development of the U.S. And all of his work for the U.S. had brought him fame and glory, but it also brought along tragedy toward the last years of his life. Hamilton was an extremely gifted man who was known for his achievements during the development of the U.S. Hamilton proved himself right as he willingly made the same mistake twice and was not nervous.